When I was like 19, 20, 21, age where I got better with girls and I just started dating girls, there was few things that I didn't know, which I really wish I would have known. So in this video, I want to break down like if you are the guy, which I was like, I was making money, going to the gym. I was really like a high value guy. I didn't wanted to like settle for anything less when it came to the money or my physique, my health, anything, my looks or anything. I was the guy who wanted to win, and I'm still that guy. But when it came to the dating, I was a really introvert guy. I didn't had any idea how to talk with women, how to actually start a conversation, and how to be like nice and get sex and how to be a fuck boy and all that stuff. And then eventually I learned, and here I am teaching another guys how to do that. But there are like four stages, or kind of, we can say like four filter or systems uh, that you can judge a girl based on that, which is at least I do, and it works really well for me. It's like that's how I judge a girl to decide if she is going to be in my life. Is she just going to be for hookup, or is she just gonna be like just there? I will talk to her sometimes, that's all. Or just exchange few notes when I'm boring, just talk some sex stuff and just get my urge fulfilled. I want or should I do like serious stuff with her? It was really confusing like which girl should be go in which area. So in this video I actually want to break down how I did that and how you can do that as well. So I have this drawing which is really a quite interesting drawing, if you ask me. So like a lot of guys judge a girl based on like ranking. Like they judge a girl, oh she's 7, she's 8, oh she's 7.5, which is 8, and she's 8. I also used to do that. Like, yeah, it's a pretty good system. But thing is that everyone has a different 7. Everyone has a different 8. Like your 10 might be just 6 for me, or your 10 might be just a 3 for someone, because we all have a different standards. And I want to explain this a little bit more. Is like, what is the standards? A lot of guys like talk about, like, if I just write it like standards, like a lot of guys, I think I'm mistaking my spelling. I forgot. Who cares? So, what is actually standard? So, standard is like, what do you settle for? Like, so what is the bare minimum that you accept? That is basically a standard. Like, so let's just say if you have a girl that you're dating right now, she is your standard, because that's the bare minimum that you are expecting in accept in your life, and that is your standards. So this concept is really gonna be useful for you, because like you need to understand what are your standards. I'm looking to remove that off from that. Yeah, so what are your standards and all that stuff. So how how to actually identify your standards, and this is what I actually did. um, so you need to understand there are like four types when it comes to the dating. So we'll start by this one. From type 4 to we'll progress towards the type 1. So here you are just yeah, just a moment. Yeah, so type 4 is basically there are few girls who have no values and no fucking looks. You know what? We are also gonna define what is a value, because every guy has a different values in their life, and they might not be same for everyone. So if I just like put a value, so these are just my values. Everyone has a different values, but my value is like she should be virgin or very less body count below 2. That's my standards. I don't date any girls who has more than 2 body counts, preferably virgins, if not below 2. And you'll be like, oh, there are no virgins. Yes, there are, you are just not getting them. That's the other thing. Secondly is like, I don't drink, I also don't smoke. So those are the things. Then I want someone who is more of a family oriented. And nextly is like, I like gym girls. Like if she's not going to the gym, it's a fucking no for me. I don't date. So that's the thing. Those are my basic values. Everyone should have value. If you don't have, like, I'll explain to you that in a moment. But like, this is the thing you need to understand. So let's just say there are four types of girl, at least for me, and you can also apply that in your dating life. Is like, type 4 is a girl who has no fucking value and no fucking looks. Now you need to understand, like, type 4 girls, like, no values and no looks, as I said. So she's not following any of this behavior that I really value. Probably she has a very high body count, she drinks all the time, she smokes, probably she has a lot of male friends. I forgot to mention there, but like that's also a red flag for me. She is not family oriented, she doesn't even go to the gym, so she has no fucking values. And top of that, we are also gonna value the looks, because a lot of people say looks doesn't matter. It absolutely fucking matters. It absolutely fucking matters. And on top of that, she's very unhygienic and very ugly. We can say that. Ugly means unhygienic, at least for me. Her mouth smell, her skin is not that great, her hairs are very fucking weird. She is not even looking after herself. That is the type 4. No value plus no looks. There is not a single world where I will date this kind of girl. Like, never ever. At least for now. But you need to understand something. If you are just starting out, if you have never dated a woman before, like if you have never dated woman before, this is gonna be interesting type for you. So I'm gonna put a color into this. Let's just say, which color should we put here, guys? Let's go for orange. Yeah. So these girls are really great if you never dated a woman before and you just want to talk with them. I would not recommend you fuck these girls. Not really worth it. Your experience would be really bad. But if you are really underconfident, you never fucked a girl before, you have zero fucking experience, you can definitely talk with this kind of girls. These are really good girls that you can practice it. Like, it's a really good opportunity there, because no one's gonna fucking talk to the ugly girls. Yes, there are some guys and they will talk to them, but these are really good girls that you can keep in your messaging apps just to talk randomly. And if you're like bored and lonely, you don't have anything, you can just like message her, like it's just some boring stuff. Okay, when you're really really lonely and really desperate, instead of watching porn and all that stuff, you can basically talk with this kind of girl, which is also really great thing. If you want to quit a porn, you can just like talk with ugly girls and get news or something when you're really lonely. That is a type 4. Now there is next type, which is a type 3. By the way, if you guys want any more help with your dating or something, there is a link in bio, sorry, link in description or bio, whatever, where I'm uploading. You can book a free consultation and I can help you out. But let's talk about this type 3. Type 3 is really interesting. Is like, these are the girls that you should be fucking most of the time if you don't have experience. These girls have no fucking values, but they are really hot. Now it's very easy to find this kind of girls. Like, you can just like look here and there are really beautiful girls always in your area. Let me just grab a water. Yeah. So these girls have no values, but they have really good looks. That's the girl you need to have sexual experience with, because that's gonna be really good. She's probably looking really beautiful, whatever stuff, but she still doesn't has any value. Probably she's talking with again value. This is what it means. Like, probably she has a very high body count, she smokes, she drinks. At least for me, she doesn't go to the gym, but yeah, she looks good, she's all right, you can fuck her. Now we'll also mark with a different color, because why not? I have a lot of colors apparently. So this is no value but looks. These girls are really great when you are talking in person and when you want to approach girls. So if you just want to have sex and are really new in the dating market, you never dated a girl before, I would highly recommend you go for this type of girls, because these are gonna be gold for you, especially when you don't have experience. Now, I'll be honest with you. 80% of the man just operate in this fucking area for most of the time. Like, seriously, first of all, they never define what is a value for them. Like, they never define, oh, fuck, where is that? Yeah, they never define what is values for them. They mostly look, yeah, she looks all right, she's fuckable, yeah, just have a relationship. It doesn't work that way. But that's the thing. Now, personally, I have dated this girl. Yeah, it's a very good thing that you can get experience from the girl. But in the past, let's just say year or so, I have leveled up and updated my standards and girls. So I no longer date this fucking girls. I don't care how hot she is. Her body count is high. She smokes. She doesn't go to the gym. She drinks. All that stuff. I'm not interested in her, because I have a lot of options, guys. You need to understand, I have so many options that I can choose any girl you want. You don't have that. So firstly, you definitely need to get better with girls and get your shit together, man. But I have a lot of options, so I would definitely not choose this girl. Now there is a type 3 which I just type 2, which I recently had a good experience with. So I'll explain to you this about. So there are girls who are really high value, really, like from type 2 to type 1, they are really high value. They do 80 to 95% of this behavior. Probably they have very less body count, probably virgin, preferably virgin. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they are family oriented, they go to the gym and all of that stuff. So for me, that's a very important thing, and that's why I actually tend to look out for this girl, and actually I'm more interested in this girl. Now a lot of you might not have this option, because if you have, that's a good thing. If you can't find this girl, you really need to update your standards and go out more, go to the area where they might hang out, because you might be just degenerate fuck who is just smoking and drinking for yourself. These girls are really great. Now you need to understand, these are value, but they're still kind of mid-looking girl. They are not like super hot, super model, but they're like, yeah, they look all right. They are really hygienic. They have a clear skin. They have good hairs, like all that stuff, good breath, all that stuff. And top of that, they're going to the gym. They're looking after themselves. So these girls are really good quality girl if you want to practice relationships. Now you need to understand, like I'm mentioning a lot, like you need to practice, practice, practice. It's not like you are just gonna get a date with a girl, you're gonna get a relationship and like happy forever. That era is gone. Like you need to practice all that stuff. So I also practice relationship. Like I like that's why I tell man to be have a lot of girls. I have 3 relationships together, so I can actually practice how to be in a relationship. Like how do you learn to be in a relationship? You fucking practice it. So I tend to date these girls sometimes because they are really really great. You get all of the values that you will get from the type 1, and you also get a decent look. So yeah, it's really great. So let's give this which color should we go, guys? Yeah, red is my favorite, but red is a red flag, so yellow is all right. Oh fuck, no, not this one, man. I think, yeah, I think this one. Let's go for a green. Green. Where's the fucking green? Yeah, yeah. Green forest, green flag. Nice. Then there are top tier girls, which we are gonna talk about. So yeah, if we just go here, type 1, value plus looks. So these girls have all the things from the type 2, like all the values that we mentioned, plus they are super hot, like fucking hot girls. That is a type 1. A lot of men will never date this girl in their entire life. Most of the time they will date these girls who are really hot but have no values, or sometimes they will date a girl who are like value with a mid looks, or most of the time they'll just date these girls. But these girls are really gems, and it's very hard to find them, and they work different from the sexual market. Like I tell guys to be a fuckboy and have a lot of girls and all that stuff, but most of the stuff doesn't apply to this girl, because these girls are fucking alien. I'm telling you, I've been with few of these girls. Like our normal game doesn't work on them. They need some vulnerability, they need emotional support at the same time where you don't get emotionally available. It's a very complicated thing, but as you practice with the type 2 girls, you will get better with these girls as well. It's just a game of practice. So this girl should be your target. This girl is the reason you should be practice more your dating with this kind of girls. Now a lot of people will argue with me and say, oh, but these girls and these girls are not different, so how can you practice this kind of stuff onto this girl? And I say I agree, but girls in general, 80% of the time, how their subconscious brain works is the same. They are just same species, but they have a different. It's just like humans are the same species, but there are different types of humans. Like there are European humans, there are American humans, there are Indian guys, there are Asian, there are African. So in general, humans works the same. There are first principle which are the same, but there are some 20% which stuff are different in the humans. So your goal should be getting these girls as soon as possible, because these girls will change your fucking life. I can't tell you, like, but these girls will change your fucking life, man. Like there are very few things in your life which you can control, and I think like if you want to get married, you should be getting married to this kind of girls, like the girls who have a really high values for themselves, and they are very good looking. I wouldn't even think about marrying like to a type 2 actually, because I'll tell you why. why can't you marry to a type 2 or type 3 girl? Yeah, she has a good value, all of that stuff, and she also looks great. But attraction and sexuality really matters when you want a long-term relationship. If you don't really like her appearance that much, you will always look for a different girl. And that's why I think like you should be absolutely practicing on this girl, but like if you want to get in a long-term relationship or eventually you want to get married, this is the girl you should be getting married. Because I believe like if you're gonna get married, why not get to the why marry at the first place? But like if you are doing it, married at least this person. So at least that's my current opinion on the dating, and that's where I'm headed at. But I also realize like a lot of you guys are just stuck in this level, or even type 5 where you don't have any girls, you're just addicted to porn and all that stuff. Like if you are really that guy, you really need to fix your life. We have a program that can definitely help you, but you also need to understand like the program is not for everyone. Like if you are making money, then you can apply, but like don't apply otherwise, because this is not for everyone. But this was just my short lecture. I thought this will help you to understand how dating market works. So yeah, thanks for watching it, guys.